Hello everyone, I am A.B.Gavali, Department of English, GKG College, Kolhapur. From today onwards, we are going to begin lectures of our class Become Second, Semester Third. Subject English for Business Communication. Compulsory English. The first unit of this semester is related to communication skills. As we have studied last year, developing vocabulary, describing object and narration. Similarly, in this unit, we are going to learn about oral skills. So, the first unit of this semester, module 1 is oral skills. So, let us see what are they. Most of the languages in the world exist in two forms. One is spoken and other is written. In different situations in our life, we need to make presentations. Most of the times, these presentations are oral, but on several occasions, we have to make a written presentation as well. To present means to perform or to express or to put before others. In both the presentations, we express our thoughts, opinions, views, and present them before the audience or reader in convincing way. We make presentations to achieve something. Sometimes we want a favor, sometimes we want to defend ourselves, to prove, to convince other, and sometimes it is a deal. On each of these occasions, we have to be careful while performing, as our performance determines the result. For this, we need to plan, design, and execute the presentation in such a way that it wins favorable results for us. It is for this reason that we need to improve both spoken and written presentation skill. So students, what we need to improve is spoken and written presentation skills, and in this unit will help you improve your oral skills. So let us see the oral communication and written communication. What is oral communication and what is written communication? Communication is an essence of social life. We cannot live without communicating with others. The communication which is in written words is called written communication. Sometimes we pass a message using symbols, or sometimes our body movements communicate what we cannot say or write. However, these occasions are very few in our daily life. So students, what we need to understand here, the difference between written communication and spoken communication. Whatever is written on paper or any other device, it is called written communication. On the other hand, whatever we speak is called oral communication. The most of the ways of communications are speaking and writing. These two ways are mostly common ways of communication. It is here that we need to understand the point of difference between the two. So what we need to understand is the difference between the two ways of communication, that is oral communication and written communication. Let us see the difference between speech or oral communication and writing or written communication. Speech is universal as it is acquired naturally by everybody. In oral communication, speaking is natural ability of a person. He learns it naturally. On the other hand, in writing communication, everybody does not know writing. One has to take special efforts to learn writing. It means each and every person cannot write. He has to take special efforts to learn writing, but each and every person can speak. It means it comes naturally. He learns that thing of speaking naturally, but each and every person cannot write anything without learning and without taking special efforts to learn writing. This is one example of these two types of communication. I request all the students to look in your textbook page number 2 and 3 in on which the chart has given of these two different types of communication, and I request all of you to look all these examples. I am just giving you few examples to begin your study. So let us see few more examples of these two ways of communication. In most of the cases, speech is spontaneous and hence there is absence of planning. When we speak, most of the time it is spontaneous. We never plan what we are going to speak this time. But on the other hand, when it comes to writing, we have to plan what we are going to write. Most of the time you cannot write spontaneously because you plan for it, and after that plan we begin to write. Next point is speech is possible only when there is one or more listener present around. When we speak, we cannot speak alone because there should be one listener to listen whatever you speak. But in the case of writing, writing does not need any listener. If you are writing something and there is no listener, you can still write whatever you want to write. It means it has addressee who may or may not be present at the time of writing. Whatever you are going to write, the addressee, the reader of that written work may be absent, but on the other hand, in speaking communication, you need the listener. Next point, immediate feedback is possible as the audience would respond in one way or other. When you speak, there is possibility of immediate feedbacks. Audience can ask you to or answer you whatever you are questioning to them. On the other hand, immediate feedback is absent as the reader is not present or he is not capable of writing. When you write a letter to a person who don't know writing, or you cannot get immediate feedback at the time of writing as the reader is not present at the moment of your writing. Next point, it is usually informal and repetitive. The speaker repeats what she has in mind. So, friends, whatever we speak is usually informal, repetitive. When we speak, we repeat several words and which is not in particular form. It means it may be informal. But when it comes to writing, writing is formal and more compact. The writer does not repeat the same point. When we write something, we cannot repeat the same sentence several times because we are writing in a particular manner without repetition, and it should be concise or it should be short form. But when we speak, we repeat several words while speaking as it is spontaneous way of communication. So these are the few points we discuss in this lecture, and try to understand what is oral communication and difference between oral communication and written communication. I request all the students to see this chart and go to it thoroughly by reading this chart and understand the difference between these two ways of communication. In the next lecture, we will see the next part of this unit. So I request all of you to begin our study with the help of this lecture. Thank you.